Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Phil Hinton and today we're delving into the world of bass, specifically a cracking little subwoofer from Q Acoustics, the new Q SUB80. Now, don't let the size fool you. This little chap might just be the perfect solution for your smaller room or even your desktop audio setup. Thanks to everyone who subscribed recently and to everyone who's been watching our content. If you are watching but haven't yet subscribed, then please do consider doing that, as it really helps us out and makes it possible for us to do more of the content like this and reach out to other people and help them with this AV hobby of ours. Our reviews are never sponsored either. They're always unbiased and honest, and hopefully you can trust our opinions when it comes to recommendations for kit that you should look at. Plus, in our videos we try and keep things accessible for everyone to understand and follow along. And if you want the bigger, deeper dive, then of course you can head over to AVForums and read the full review there. In the world of subwoofers, bigger often gets all the headlines, but sometimes it's the more understated performers that truly impress, and the Q SUB80 definitely falls into that category. It's surprisingly musical, adding just the right amount of bottom end without overwhelming your listening space, and we're talking proper weight and tone to your movie soundtracks and music, getting very close to the advertised low end of around 36 Hz. So I had two of these Q SUB80 subwoofers and I lived with them in my new small studio here for quite some time now, and they've been performing incredibly well together. The beauty of using two, especially in a small room, is that you can get this beautifully even bass response, and you get rid of a lot of the issues with room nodes and peaks and troughs and so on. You can really balance out the bass response. It ends up filling in the lower reaches of the soundstage, and it just makes everything sound balanced. There's no boom, there's no loss of bass, it just feels perfectly integrated and a good foundation to your music and movies. So what's to love about the Q SUB80? Well, for starters, it delivers excellent movie and music performance, as you would imagine. It's also easily scalable. It's got a small footprint, so adding more of them is a lot more doable and absolute doddle. It works incredibly well in small spaces like this one, which, let's be honest, is about the same size as normal living rooms here in the UK, and the build quality is top notch. Are there any downsides? Well, honestly, at this price point and for its intended use, I am struggling a little bit, but if I was to nitpick, some form of user adjustable room correction DSP would be a nice cherry on top. And for 2025, Q Acoustics has introduced this whole new range of Q subs. We've got this 8-inch SUB80 that we're taking a look at today, which comes in at £599. Then there's the 10-inch Q SUB100 at £699, and the big daddy of this range is the 12-inch Q SUB120, and it comes in at £799. They all share a consistent design and features. They just get bigger in cabinet size, driver dimensions, frequency response and power. And you can get them in either a satin black with the black grille as you see here, or a rather smart satin white with a grey grille. Around the back you'll find a nicely sculpted panel with all of your connections tucked away in a recessed area. We've got volume, phase and crossover dials that are all easily accessible. Plus there's a clever cable management hole at the bottom and a magnetic cover to keep everything looking nice and sleek and tidy, hiding everything but the volume control. Inside, Q Acoustics has designed a custom amplifier module for the SUB80, incorporating DSP, a power amp and the power supply all in one. It uses 4 digital power amplifier stages running in parallel bridge-tied load configuration, which improves the efficiency and of course heat dissipation. And this means that the Q SUB80 is rated for a very respectable 200 watts of continuous power and 400 watts peak. Now, while it uses DSP, this isn't the type of DSP that you can tweak or an auto room EQ in the traditional sense. Instead, it processes the incoming signal and then delivers an optimized performance around that. It doesn't pretend to reach subterranean depths or move vast quantities of air. It's just it's just not that game. The game is performing to a very high level with music and movies in spaces that don't require monumental volume or huge amounts of air to be moved around for a decent bottom end. And it's crucial to understand that these are subwoofers for small rooms with small drivers backed up by very good amplification. They're not designed to go well below 20Hz and literally shake your fillings out. If that's what you're after, then you'll need to look elsewhere. But frankly, putting a massive sub in a small room often comes with serious compromises of their own. I spent a great deal of time fine-tuning and positioning the two Sub80s that I had here, and that time was rewarded with superb bass response for both music and movies. And that reward is its balanced and fast response. Transients are handled with aplomb. There's no overhang when everything should stop suddenly. And of course there's no sluggishness as things start to get going again. It's all incredibly well controlled and seamless. And the musicality from these two Q Sub80s was superb. You get excellent definition between bass notes in music tracks such as Birds by Dominique Fils-Aimé, where the double bass just gains this incredible airiness and three-dimensional quality. And it's really cliched, but it's almost like the double bass player is in your room. Even electronic and dance music are well catered for, with clean, fast bass underpinning your main speakers perfectly, and it makes it feel like it's one large cohesive sound rather than individual components like a satellite speaker or near-field monitor and the subwoofer. It all just becomes one. Movies are also incredibly well handled. Only on the rare occasion where the soundtracks delves truly into the infrasonic bass hits did I think that anything was really missing here. For the vast majority of content I viewed, I simply forgot about the Q Sub80s and was drawn completely into the story of what it was that I was watching or listening to music. At no point did I feel that these subs were struggling with anything that I threw at them, especially considering the size and the price point. In my small studio setup here, they truly were excellent. So, should you buy the Q Acoustics Q Sub80? Well, if you've got a smaller UK-sized living room or even a compact office where you want to add some weight and authority to your existing desktop or home cinema system, then yes, the Q Sub80 is an excellent solution and one that you should certainly add to your demo list. Adding more than one can provide significant performance benefits as well by balancing out that bass response within the room, getting you the best possible sound, although doubling up on the subs is also doubling up on the price. And does that become better value for money? Well, that decision's going to be yours. Taking your time with the initial setup and finding the best position possible will pay dividends in both music and movie playback. They don't pretend to plumb the depths of infrasonics or provide that thump in the chest power of an 18-incher. That's not the intention here. They work perfectly for loading a small space and providing fast, agile and deep bass that blends with your desktop or stand mount speakers to add that extra octave of performance to underpin your system. If that sounds like what you're looking for from a small, well-built subwoofer, then the Q Sub80 comes highly recommended. And that, folks, is the Q Acoustics Q Sub80. It's a truly impressive little box of tricks, and if you've got any questions or comments, then of course you can stick them down below in the comment section. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to AVForums channel for more honest reviews and tech insights coming real soon. Until next time, keep listening and enjoying your AV, and I'll see you again soon.